What's up everybody, I am Jasprit Singh and welcome to the Minority Mindset. Who doesn't like it when things are cheap? I mean, if you had the option to pay $1,000 or $500, you'd have to be crazy to want to pay more. This is gonna be a fun video because there's a lot of different opinions out there about spending less money or being cheap. Ew, don't call me cheap, I hate that word. So today, I want to talk about the differences between being cheap and being stupid. When I was in college, I was making pretty decent money. I started an entertainment company called JS Entertainment, and we were promoting parties, hosting concerts, doing wedding work, and marketing new songs. And at one point, I was even contracted out by one of the biggest clubs on campus to host parties every single Thursday, in addition to everything else I was doing as a 19-year-old. I wasn't really into partying and I don't drink. I just saw that all these people were blowing their money at these events and I needed something to do on weekends. But a lot of my friends, well, they like to make fun of me for being cheap. To be fair, we were all cheap in our own ways. Like, I love food, in case you couldn't tell with me eating in half of my videos. But I spend like twice as much as a normal person on food. But we'd go to the mall to chill and do some shopping, and I'd watch my friends blow hundreds and hundreds of dollars in clothes and stuff. And then on the way home, I'd say, hey, can we stop at Myers? Which, if you don't know what Myers is, it's like a baby step above Walmart. And I would go there and I would buy a $15 pair of jeans. It's kind of funny too, because I became good at like finding these deals. And anytime people would ask me, yo, Jasprit, where'd you get that shirt? My answer was always the same: the clearance section. My thought was, let me take the $500 that I didn't spend today and use it to buy flyers for my next event, because I'm trying to get to the point where I don't have to worry about or even look at the price when I buy things. I never planned on just blindly throwing money around, but I didn't want to have to worry about money later on. This was when I had to spend money to buy physical flyers like these, because Facebook ads didn't exist. So I would go out and buy like 5,000 flyers, and then me and my promoters would stand around campus and hand them out. But there were times when people would say things like, yo bro, you should buy this $600 belt. It'll look sick on you and you got an image to maintain, because everybody in the entertainment business was all about looking flashy. The thing is, I don't really care about keeping up some fake image to get other people to like me. Yeah, I like nice things. Who doesn't? But I'm not really worried about what other people would think of me if I go to the clearance section to shop for last month's clothes at 40% off. Oh, they don't like it? Well, that's their problem, not mine. I'd rather be able to afford all that nice fancy stuff and then make a decision based on what I want and what I like, not based on what other people think of me or by what it costs. So yeah, you could call me cheap in that sense. The way I look at it, it's alright and probably even good to be cheap so you can build yourself. But there's also times where it's stupid to be cheap. This is usually when things are supposed to make you money. So if you're subscribed to the Minority Mindset YouTube channel, you probably know that I'm involved with real estate investing. When you sell a property, you can hire a real estate salesperson to sell it for you. They'll typically charge like 6% to list it, and then if there's a second agent, they'll split that commission with them. When the majority of people try to sell a property, they interview a whole bunch of agents, and then they try to negotiate that commission down, like, can you do it for 5%? What about 4.5%? This way, they can make the most money possible. Or at least that's what they think. Here's the thing, these agents get paid when they sell your property, so that commission paycheck is their motivation. And when you try to cut that commission down, well, there goes their incentive to sell your property. Just think about it. If your boss tells you that they're gonna cut your paycheck in half, what are you gonna do? If a real estate salesperson is selling 2 different apartment complexes at $500,000 each, and one of them is paying them a 6% commission, and the other one is paying them a 4.5% commission, which one do you think they're gonna work harder to sell? You might be thinking, oh come on Jasprit, what proof do you have? Well, I have a real estate license and I used to be an active real estate salesperson, so I've seen it. But if you think different than the majority, you can use this incentive model to your advantage. If I'm selling a property for $500,000, I'll interview a bunch of agents, and when I find somebody I like, they'll typically tell me that they want 6% commission, and then they'll give me a speech as to why they're worth 6% and not less. So then I tell them, okay, well, if you can sell my property for over $500,000, I'll bump up the commission from 6% to 7%, and if you can sell my property in the next 30 days, I'll give you an added $500 bonus. Guess what happens next? Well, first they're kind of shocked that I'm willing to pay them more instead of trying to cut their commission down. Then that salesperson will do whatever they can to sell my property, and then they're gonna push the crap out of the buyers to put more money on the table. If the salesperson can bring in a $475,000 offer, there will be a $28,000 commission pot for the brokers, And this is what the majority of people try to squeeze down. I'm trying to make the whole pot bigger because now if the salesperson can bring in a $525,000 offer quickly, there will be almost $10,000 more in commissions for the brokers. And the best part about me paying that extra $10,000 is that I get to walk away with an extra $40,000. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? If a salesperson's motivation is the commission that you're paying them, what's their motivation to make you more money if you're going cheap on them? Where do you think people can be cheap, and where do you think people should never be cheap? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button and share it with one friend so we can help spread the word. Don't miss our new videos on entrepreneurship, business, and money, so hit the subscribe button below and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the videos when they come out. And as always, keep hustling.